Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Jerry Conway, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Wrong blonde.
Out here for Peter.
What?
Wrong blonde.
Wrong what?
Blonde.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, kids, welcome back to another episode of The Ultimate Spider-Cast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, she who's not quite there in the head, it is.
You should be one to talk. It's your favorite internet granny, Lilith Hellfire.
I know.
I learned it from you.
I think we get along so well. All right, kids, that's right. We're back with more Black Cat. This time we're talking Amazing Spider-Man 204 and 205. And maybe we'll have a few things to say about some new Spider-Man stuff.
No, not really.
Zap! Hit the level when we punk on the Zeb Wells. The internet's with us on this one.
Imagine that.
I know. Anyway, the internet finally knows something good. Or what's not good. All right, so, yes, we're back with the next week of our Black Cat coverage. I believe this is the second appearance. Yeah, of course it is. All right, so, yeah, like I said, we're going to do Amazing Spider-Man 204 and 205. So, all right, Amazing Spider-Man 204 from May 1980. The Black Cat always lands on her feet.
Can't donkey punch that one.
Writer Marv Wolfman, penciler Keith Pollard, inker.
Not to be confused with the rugby player Ray and Dave. If you know, you know.
Oh, Ray's always going on about that. Yeah.
Black Goliath, think that one.
Oh my!
No, that's what.
What
he
the F?
I mean, that's what he inked and stuff. It's Black Goliath. I think that's what he's most known for.
Okay. Inker Pablo Marcos, colorist Roger Silfer, letterer Rick Parker, and once again, following on that grand Amazing Spider-Man tradition, yes, Marv Wolfman editing his own work. So, all right, following in the footsteps of giants like Stan Lee.
Excelsior!
Spider-Man sees a shootout taking place in the middle of Times Square. A group of masked thugs in a van are being pursued at top speed by the police.
Hold on, wait a minute. They're not gonna. We're not gonna talk about what happened. Okay, never mind.
Wait, what? What?
Never mind.
Wait.
I feel like they forgot something, but that's okay. Keep going.
All right. When the thugs spot Spider-Man, they start shooting at him, but he snags their guns with his webbing. Then, after he web swings high out of reach, he yanks the rear axle out of the fan with more webbing, sending the vehicle crashing into some parked cars. The police soon arrive and haul the hoodlums away. Spider-Man departs unaware that the Black Cat has been taking photos for her collection of Spider-Man memorabilia from a nearby rooftop. Oh,
a little fan wanking.
She's already got that camera. No wonder she's so good later on. She already has photography skills.
Well, I mean, to be a cat burglar, I guess you need good surveillance skills. So that makes sense. Want to zoom in on the loot?
That's all right. Give me the loot. All right. Hold on. I have to look at this. What did we miss?
No, like last issue was a fill-in, right? And now all of a sudden we're picking up back here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was
we're not even gonna talk about. Okay, That's
Isn't
coming.
that the Dazzler one?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna. Oh, you know what? I was thinking March.
We can have a Dazzler month. You know I'm down for it.
I was gonna say if not just that. I mean, well, of course I'll include some Dazzler, but maybe March would be like Mutant March or something.
Oh, I was gonna say Dazzler December. You know. For my birthday.
Oh, there you go. Oh, I can even try to do that this year.
No rush, no rush. I mean, I know we had a few other holiday episodes planned, so no rush. Next year's fine.
But I was gonna say at least March you can include like all the mutants. Spider-Man's teamed up with enough mutants.
Yeah,
the
we
years.
could do Mutant May. That should be fun. Not
Oh.
as fun as Miller Mayhem, of course, but you know it'll be more wholesome.
Oh yeah, so either May or March, kids. For something that starts with M, we're gonna do. We'll do some mutants next year. But yeah, because we've been throwing out ideas. I've been throwing them on the schedule. So yeah, but because I don't think we have enough for at least Spider-Man and stuff for another Miller May.
Your mother's a whore. We don't. But that's okay.
That's all right. Every day is Miller May here on the Capes and Lunatics podcast network.
Your mother's a whore.
All right. So yeah, Stalker's taking pictures of Spider-Man. The cat heads north to this Solomon R. Guggenheim Museum of Art.
I hate that name, Guggenheim. I know it's not the same, but it's him. It's Mark Guggenheim. He ruined that last name. He did.
Go.
All the mutant lovers are agreeing, like, yeah, I can't believe he did that to Kitty Pryde. Wow.
Great googly Guggenheim. Dropping down on a rope through a door in the roof, she muses that her job should not take long. Because she has Kate. Why did they capitalize job? Anyway,
Do you want to do this? Do you want to be a wiki editor?
No, I'm just curious why they capitalize job.
Suck.
Uh,
Well, she said it wouldn't take long, so you know.
Hail! The best she is at what she does. Because she has cased the place and knows all the guards' schedules. As she relishes, sometimes it takes a few minutes, kids, but we always get there. Hail! Because she has cased the place and knows all the guards' schedules. As she relishes the thought of adding the Golden Lovers statue to her collection, and
Golden Lovers, you say? Never mind. Keep it Team Plus here.
I was gonna say, doesn't Lilith have something Golden Lovers something? An armed guard orders her to halt. The cat.
Whoever wrote this they wrote it just for us. Let's see, what was this last edited? I feel like we've been set up here.
Shut up. The cat blows him a kiss, and suddenly the door behind him flies open and knocks him out.
No! Somebody set us up, Phil. Who was it? Which one of you edited this?
Rumpy Pumpy.
I feel like this is an elaborate prank by Noel or something. Or
I know. Or Justin or somebody. Another instance, yes, the door flies open and knocks him out. Another instance of the bad luck that befalls anyone who crosses her path.
It's relatable content to me.
Marv says, knock you out.
Shepard said, give him a right hook.
Oh, nice. Yeah, every one of Lilith's boyfriends walks in the doors and stuff. As Spider-Man.
Worse, I could dope him up on Protocol 12. You know. Shout out to the Trekkies who understand that reference.
I think you're on Protocol 12, aka Rum. As Spider-Man web swings above the police car, he overhears a bulletin about the black cat being at the museum. So the cat is alive, thinks Spider-Man as he hastens away. The cat is alive, you say.
It's got 9 lives. Better go figure that one out.
It's the return.
The Parker and Peter, if you know what I'm saying.
The return of
Superior Puss.
He arrives in minutes, and of course she does. And seeing the black cat carrying the statue, drops down on her from above. Yeah, someone's setting us up.
I'm telling you.
Knocking her over. but she acrobatically gets back on her feet and they begin battling. Suddenly, the roof beneath Spider-Man's feet collapses, but as he falls, he manages to snag the statue with his webbing. The Black Cat then sees the police cordoning off the building and springs away. Spider-Man hands the statue to the police, and then, tired, he heads for his apartment in a night's sleep.
Oh, she tuckered him out.
Now he's ready to roll over and go to sleep, Lil. The next day at the Daily Bugle, Gloria Grant tells Peter Parker about the change that has come over Joe Robertson ever since he accepted the job as publisher.
Yeah, that's why J. Jonah Jameson's such an a-hole. It's a big responsibility. It's not all fun and games and shouting at Spider-Man and making Spider-Man slayers.
Yeah, but then he has to hire a new. He had to hire a secretary whose last name rhymed with the first one because he ain't remembering all those women's names.
Exactly.
He has, unless you're banging him and building him spider slayers, Joan ain't gonna remember your name, ladies. He has become surly to the point of irrationality. Robertson yells at Peter and tells him to get out of his office. And as Peter leaves, he meets Randy Robertson, who is also puzzled as to what has come over his father.
Randy.
Oh, did you see that? So do you see what's coming up next? And amazing. I guess it's going to be Randy's bachelor party or something.
Oh, sure. Somebody can get married.
I know exactly.
Just rubbing salt in the wound at this point.
And this is going to be Randy's second marriage. So
exactly.
They
don't call him Randy for nothing. If you know, you know.
Oh, nice. The people who respect the marriage they don't allow them to get married, but these people who just get married and divorced willy-nilly, they let them marry 20 times in the comics.
I mean, J. Jonah Jameson's been married a few times. Yeah, it's true.
But I just mentioned this because if you saw that solicit, Ray Tombstone's on the cover, so you're welcome.
Yes, finally a return to some decency.
In his office, as he barks orders over the telephone, Robertson himself begins to realize that something terrible is happening to him. Becoming a white man with a Hitler mustache. In a studio apartment across town, the Black Cat vents her rage at a poster of Spider-Man. He would not have interfered, she thinks, had he known the real reason that she steals. At about the same time, at the Daily Globe, Barney Bushkin tells Peter Parker to try to control what he thinks is the hostile streak that prevents Peter from working with April May.
June, July.
What is she, a porn star? Bushkin is convinced that Peter and April would make a dynamic reporting team, and he wants Peter to like her. Peter says he will try, but he asks Bushkin to speak to April as well. After Peter leaves the Globe, he walks by the Guggenheim Museum, where the Golden Lover statue is back in its place.
I'm just gripping my chair like bingo. That's all.
Oh, nice. You watched it. His spider sense tingles.
It's ting ting tingalid, ting ting tingalid.
But he keeps walking.
You should go see Reed Richards for that. I'm sure he's got a cream for that.
Well, the Black Cat's in town, so that spider sense is tingling all over the place.
It's ting ting tingalid, ting ting tingalid.
The Peter tingle, Lilith.
Yeah.
Unseen.
Don't quote MCU at me, please.
I know, but come on, it's a penis joke. It's our bread and butter.
Fine. It is our bread and butter. I'll allow it this one time.
Unseen by Peter, Felicia Hardy, not wearing her Black Cat costume, is among the crowd of visitors.
I mean, even when she's not wearing the costume, she kind of sticks out. Hey-oh.
Well, at least in two places. Hey-oh.
The worst.
We're
gonna do cancels on Twitter. Oh, there's no more Twitter. So I think we've become uncancelable, Phil.
Oh, please don't people post porn on Twitter? How's Twitter gonna cancel us?
Bro, there's whole movies on Twitter, not just porn.
Oh my!
Twitter is it had been the Wild West, and now it's even more though. It's like the Wild Wild West, if you will.
Well, Wild X West.
Yeah. Anyway.
Annoyed that there are now more guards around the Golden Lover statue, she quietly hides a small package near the statue in the parts.
Just get a package every other day, huh? I spread
Seems like
the
I'm
love
getting packaged
around.
every other day.
What?
I spread the love around.
1502, future Phil. Later that evening, Peter prepares for a blind date that Flash Thompson has arranged for him. Oh boy.
Lord.
Oh Lord. What
Sean.
what does she charge by the hour?
Exactly.
Peter joins Flash and Shashawn in Central Park and he meets his date, the gorgeous Dawn Star.
With 2 R's.
That's a porn star.
She probably
Dawn-
knows Karen. Don't worry about it.
Oh. Dawn appears quite interested in Peter and they bid Flash and Shashawn farewell. Unfortunately, just when Peter's social life seems to be taking a turn for the better, he learns that Dawn will be one of his science students. Yeah, remember when they actually let him be a teacher's assistant and teach later on? Yeah.
I remember.
It
They
would
don't, but I remember.
I know. It would be unethical for him to date her, he says, and he strides away, much to her chagrin. As he walks...
Oh, Peter, bro, you're killing me.
Wait till next issue. It gets
I know.
better than worse. As he walks along alone by the Guggenheim Museum, his spider sense tingles.
And finally, he listens to the damn thing.
Well, enough blue balls.
It's ting ting tingle-lid, ting ting tingle-lid.
And this time, he does not ignore the warning. Leaping a fence into an alley, he quickly changes into his Spider-Man costume and web swings to the museum's roof. Surmising that the Black Cat is back for a second try.
Surmising. Oh my god.
At the
They go
golden...
for all the dick jokes and then they get all eloquent on us. How dare they?
Ooh. At the Golden Lover statue, Spider-Man enters the building and finds all the guards unconscious on the floor. The gas pellets that the Black Cat left near the statue have done their work.
Taco Bell will do it every time, kids.
Unless you want to sponsor. The cat is startled when Spider-Man grabs her arm as she is making off with the statue. Instantly regaining her composure, the cat flips Spider-Man over her back and they begin battling. Beginning of a Lilith Hellfire date. The guy's 6'3". This 5'3" Lilith Hellfire's flipping him over her shoulder. The cat hampers Spider-Man by threatening to destroy various valuable pieces of art, which Spider-Man must protect in addition
Boo!
to...
Art is a financial scam. You don't have to protect it. Boo!
You're welcome, Noel.
Does boobs scare me?
She manages to kick Spider-Man in the head, stunning him long enough for her to escape. Suddenly, the cat's bad luck power again seems to manifest itself, and a shelf of pottery collapses on Spider-Man's head, leaving him unconscious. The Black Cat slings the Golden Lover statue on her back, climbs a rope out of the gallery, and gets away. Meanwhile, J. Jonah Jameson regains consciousness in the alley following
The
his...
footnote is a lie!
I know. Yeah, we had a fill in between there. See?
That's what happens when Marv edits Marv.
He's been sleeping in an alley for 2 issues. See, I wonder if it was later. So was it supposed to be the next issue, but then it was late, so they had to do it. So I don't.
It's like Danny Fingeroff would never do that to us.
Don't get fingered.
Anyway, sorry.
That's all right.
He got a case of
following his paranoid flight from the Daily Bugle. Yeah. Oh, he got
a case of the Norman Osborns.
Yeah, caught a case of the Osborns. He has lost all memory of who he is and how he arrived there. And as he ponders his situation and shivers in the cold, a voice calls him from the street. The voice says that Jameson is a friend, and when Jameson replies that he does not remember the speaker identifies himself as Jonas Harrow.
Boo.
Soon, says Harrow, Jameson will remember him. But time will not. The auction...
Definitely not.
I forgot that he appeared this early. I thought he was a creation of Roger Stern.
Superhuman Registration Act. He's a former surgeon, so D.G. Chichester might like him.
I remember Hobgoblin Lives. He was like one of the suspects. I'm like, don't make it Harrow, please.
Yeah.
The auctioneer at a jewelry auction in a gallery located by Park Avenue and 63rd Street announces that the raw ruby is valued at $4.1 million and requests an opening bid. 2 cents, announces a voice from above, and when the auctioneer and the attendees look up, they see the black cat. They have heard her bid, she says, and they are free to raise it if they want to die.
Ooh. Ooh. Spicy.
Feeling a lot of Lilith Hellfire energy here.
Oh, the Raja Ruby is. Oh no.
Suddenly, she tosses the auctioneer 2 pennies, bounds to the floor, seizes the gem, and crashes through the window. She makes her way back to her apartment and settles down to relax on her bed. The first 2 prizes are hers, she says. Only 2 more must be stolen to achieve her final goal.
She's on a mission, kids, and you can't stop a woman on a mission, especially a shopping mission. She's
Once
got
again-
her Starbies. She's in Target. She's ready to go, kids.
Once again, kids, the Felicia Hardy has stolen the family jewels.
Was it the first time? It gonna be the last time.
Heyo. Yeah. So yes, kids, remember last episode, the Black Cat seemed to die in amazing 195.
Too good to waste. Too good to waste, kids. Nobody, no case.
No moss. So yeah, Jameson was sleeping that off in the alley for two issues, not one.
I mean, God, grow a pair. I mean, I can sleep it off in about 2 hours. Jeez, old man.
Ah. No, it wasn't booze. I think he like ran himself into a wall or something.
Sure.
He's an old man. He wasn't watching where he was going. It'd be funny if he was like, I can't remember who I am or
Right,
how I
hate
got here.
Spider-Man.
I know. I can't remember a damn thing my whole entire life, but all I know is I hate Spider-Man.
It runs deep, bro. It runs deep.
Maybe he did
it's
this to me.
instinct.
Yes, maybe he did this to me.
Sees a little spider in the corner crawling, Spider-Man!
Any thoughts on this one, Lil?
No, it's pretty solid. Keeps it going, and she's on a little shopping spree. I like it. I love that for her.
Yes.
Honestly, I really love Black Cat kicking Spider-Man's ass. I really do.
I figured you would.
It gives me a little tingle,
Wow.
He's kind of been a jerk, like in these like last 10 issues. Like it's just like he's just not using his head. He's just really frustrating me. So just seeing Felicia kind of just flip him around and just give him the what for, it makes me happy.
Oh, there's another puzzle piece. It's like, what if after the latest thing he did, where in the ongoing conspiracy, Betty hires Black Cat to mess with Spider-Man.
I'm down for that conspiracy.
Telling you.
Just give me some shackle. Give us some shekels.
Just get us a co-writing credit on it, Marvel. Come on.
Put an ad for Capes and Lunatics on every back cover. It's fine.
Oh yes. Please. Can I get a little illustration of myself just in one panel of the book, like kicking Zeb Wells in the nuts or something?
Philip!
What?
We kind of have to behave. We're kind of like DG Chichester exclusive now, so we kind of have to behave.
Oh yeah.
We have to be nice about all the Marvel stuff. Well, not too nice, but like nicer than we are. So.
Yes. DG Chichester loves us. Oh, hey, we might have sold some units of trades because I know Dave Finn must have. I don't know if he was listening to the interview today because he's like, if they collected it, any of that stuff in the Epic collection. So I was looking it up.
Yeah.
I was like, it's like Fall of the Kingpin, Fall from Grace, Dead Man's Hand. I know those are all collected.
It's one more that I actually have. I can't think of the name of it right now. I'll have to pull it up on my phone.
Yeah.
My collection.
But if they go in order,
a lot of DG Chichester.
I was gonna say,
surprisingly, it's like he says, they might not even use the story, but they'll use the name from his story.
Yeah. I mean, I think if they're going in order. I mean, if not his whole run, eventually they'll have his whole run collected.
Yeah, I think after this Black Armor thing, they probably will try to put.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think they already have a lot of it collected, but yeah, after that, please. Oh, I don't know if they collected Tree of Knowledge, but yeah, they're going to collect.
I think that's the one that they didn't, but let me double check.
You know what? But I know they did Fall from Grace, and then Tree of
Yeah.
Knowledge came right after it, so that's what I'm thinking. Between now and Black Armor, they're going to collect that. Or if you just want to go out and get the back issues, kids, Daredevil's 292.
Well, he's not really going to see
242.
profit from that, but it is good having your collection.
True. They get
Oh,
royalties.
They do have it. Probably on Amazon.
Yeah. Well, they do get royalties from like when you read a digital issue, did they
Oh
get
yeah, when
they
you
get
read a
royalties?
digital issue,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, kids, I'm pretty sure most, if not all, of Chichester's run is on Marvel Unlimited. So yeah, go read that.
Yeah, that's the easiest way. But if you're like me and you want a floppy or at least a hardcover, hey.
Heyo! That's a first. Lilith asking for a floppy.
I know it's like the only instance in which you will hear me that or a floppy disk. If you're old enough to remember that, we could actually be real friends, not just.
That's how Lilith backs up her most sensitive records.
Shh! Don't tell the government.
It's unhackable.
Hey man, I found one of my old cameras that took the floppy disk for storage.
Oh yeah.
I was just like, oh my god. I wonder. I have to go find one of my old computers that still has the floppy disk drive.
So that's all right,
I don't know
kids.
what's on it. It's scary. It's from
middle
school or high school or something. Beginning
So,
of high school.
So yeah, kids, coming up here, Lilith's gonna be playing with some floppies. Justin, if that made you fall out of the chair, you have to let me know.
Don't judge me.
Oh my! A totally unrelated note. If you want to be a fluffer for Lilith Hellfire,
Hey!
Fluff. What? I don't know what you're doing with your month off. I don't know.
I'm recouping from freaking Heroes Reborn is what I'm doing.
You got one more
episode for my sanity.
You got one more episode. I had to do a whole year. I don't want to hear it.
I mean, but that's like condensed evil, man. It really is. It's like pure concentrated chicken noodle soup condensed evil, man. No, worse yet, split piece soup evil.
I want a freaking omnibus of all 4 of those series and just call it compressed evil.
Just super condensed, just dark matter of evil, man. And it's only 3 that are bad. I told you that. Fantastic Four is not that bad.
Okay. All right. But the point is, go read Chichester Daredevil. Yes, all right.
Of course, and petition for a new Electra book
by G. Chichester. Yes, because remember, he's the only one who can write ninjas, kids.
If you're not DG Chichester, you can't write ninjas.
All right.
Not at Marvel.
All right. Amazing Spider-Man 205 from June 1980. This is In Love and War. This is weird because, all right, we're in the middle of a story. We switched writers. This time, David Michelinie.
He kept Keith Pollard, though.
Yeah.
Then we get Jim Mooney.
Jim
we get
Mooney.
A little Carl Gafford.
Carl Gafford, colorist.
And then he's editing.
Letterer.
What the heck?
Diana Elbers and editor Denny O'Neil. Yeah, so we've switched everyone except for the penciler in the middle of a story.
I would love to know what was going on.
I know. I mean,
seems like this whole year for Spider-Man has been kind of a bit of
a mess. You know what? It's 1980. Did Marv go over to DC? Titan, because
you know what?
New Teen Titans.
That just seems so odd, though. Just right in the middle of it, he was a little more professional than that, but that tracks. Unless
they sent him packing and he just walked across the street to the competition.
Yes, possibly.
Remember when they used to be in the same town, kids? They all just like walk back and forth across the street.
Yeah.
All right. So yes, new writer, who doesn't get to edit himself. All right. I wonder if Amazing 204 was the last instance on Amazing Spider-Man of a writer editing their own stuff.
No, I don't think so. I think it happens a little bit more.
All right. It is 6:03 a.m. A cold winter breeze blows at Spider-Man through the window he broke to get into the Hendricks Museum of Musical History in Lower Manhattan. All night long, he has maintained a vigil waiting for the Black Cat to strike. A museum guard patrols in the gallery below. Spider-Man now knows that the Black Cat did not drown after she fell from the cliff when they battled near her home. She has returned to a life of crime, and for some reason, she has been stealing artifacts associated with romance.
Hold on. Yeah. That was when he had his little spat with Marvel.
All right.
Yeah. That's so weird.
I know.
I think George Perez probably called him like, "Hey, buddy, I heard you're having trouble. I got a little project.
Oh, let's go reinvent the Titans.
Yep. Teen Titans special preview in DC Comics Presents number 26.
Ah, there you
Yeah, that's a good one.
go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it is where Beast Boy is named Changeling, so
Yeah.
Yeah. Only gripe. Anyway.
A museum guard patrols in the gallery below. Spider-Man now, but I did that. She has returned to a life of crime, and for some reason, she has been stealing Aria. When the Hendrix Museum announced the display of a one-of-a-kind wax recording of Enrico Caruso singing "I Love Aria," Spider-Man knew it would be her next target. But now it is almost dawn, and she has not appeared. Spider-Man drops.
Opera? Really?
Yeah.
We're getting fancy?
Spider-Man drops from his vantage point and lands on the floor in front of the two guards. They draw their guns, but he web swings up to the ceiling, and after firing a bunch of rounds, the guards realize they cannot shoot him for fear of destroying valuable exhibits. Spider-Man leaves the museum and heads for his apartment for a shower and coffee before going to class.
What do they call it? A shit shower and a shave?
Whoa!
He's living the real single man life now.
When Peter arrives at Empire State University's science building, half an hour later, he meets Steve Hopkins and Dawn Starr.
Ooh.
Dawn again tries to pressure Peter into a love affair, but Peter insists that it is not ethical for an instructor to date a student. When Dawn throws her arms around him and kisses
can you
him...
repeat that just real quick?
What? It is not ethical for an instructor to date a student?
Yeah. So suck it all, you teen romances.
Oh,
not
my.
Cool, not appropriate.
Mm-mm.
Not that we probably have any crossover with Pretty Little Liars or Gossip Girl, but just in case.
When Dawn throws her arms around him and kisses him, however, he begins to reconsider. Dawn then invites him to picnic with her on Sunday. What's in the goodie basket?
Hopefully not Central Park. They'll definitely get dinner on a show if you know what I'm saying.
Oh my! I was going to say, I just asked Frank Castle.
Exactly.
The day after tomorrow, and Steve congratulates Peter on his new girlfriend. That night, Spider-Man again web swings to Hendrix Museum. He discovers that the window he broke is boarded up, but his spider sense begins to tingle. Smashing through the boarded up window. Breaking it once again. Whoa. Little feeling called out here, breaking wood. All right. Spider-Man finds the Black Cat stealing the Caruso recording. The guards, Bud and Lou, are tied up on the floor in front of an antique steam organ. When Spider-Man tries to capture the cat, his web shooters jam. He and she begin to battle, but suddenly the organ breaks loose from the wall and starts...
Damn, that kid's got the worst luck.
and starts to tip over onto the helpless guards. Apparently, the Black Cat's bad luck power is at work. Spider-Man is forced to let go of the cat to keep the heavy instrument from crushing the guards.
I mean, he didn't have to.
Yeah, please, don't try to pin that murder on him.
Wouldn't be the first time, wouldn't be the last time.
I know. He holds it up and orders them to roll out from under it. Then he somersaults away and the organ crashes to the floor. Oh, please, he'll be haunted by Uncle Ben for the rest of his life if that happens.
I mean, it's going to happen regardless.
As Spider-Man...
What's a few more floating heads of guilt, Phil? Really, at this point, they take up like a whole freaking...
It's an ocean.
2-page spread.
An ocean. It's an ocean spray of guilt. As Spider-Man unties the guards, they apologize for shooting at him the night before. Unfortunately, the Black Cat has made a clean escape with the recording, so Spider-Man, weary, web slings across town to his apartment. The next day, Peter arrives at Barney Bushkin's Daily Globe office. Bushkin motions Peter inside and introduces him to the paper's society editor, Pamela Dean, who is telling Bushkin that Laszlo Bellflower, an erotic art collector, has recently returned from an extensive European buying tour.
Hey, how do they know my other alias? How dare they?
Erotic art collector? Yeah, that tracks.
I'm but a humble erotic art collector.
Meanwhile, she has like tera quads of porn, server farm porn. Bellflower. What other porn collector has a skyscraper? Bellflower has the largest collection of romantic artifacts in the world, she continues, and it would make a good story. Peter requests the photographer. If by romantic artifacts, if we mean some kind of battery-powered apparatus, then yeah, that's his little...
Bob, battery operated boyfriend, never let you down.
Whoa! Keeps going and going. It's an Energizer Bunny reference, kids.
Please sponsor us.
I'm sure Ray's never heard of. All right, and Peter requests...
I think Duracell had the bunny in Australia or something like that. It wasn't always the Energizer Bunny, so maybe he has heard of it.
And it would be Peter requests the photography assignment for that story, and Bushkin agrees. Then Peter takes a bus to Empire State University. When Peter
poor kids get
I know.
the bus.
When Peter opens the door to his office, he sees a woman rummaging through his files. After quickly changing into his Spider-Man costume, he confronts her, thinking she might be the Black Cat. But she turns out instead to be Dawn Star, who Spider-Man asks what she is doing. She replies that she has a date with Peter Parker, and Steve Hopkins let her in so she could wait for him. But Spider-Man knows that her date is not for that evening, and he accuses her of lying. It becomes clear that Dawn broke into the filing cabinet looking for science exam forms. Spider-Man realizes that that is all Dawn ever wanted from Peter all along, and he orders her to leave.
He wouldn't have any luck if it wasn't for bad luck.
Yeah, no luck at all.
Guess it's time to go make up with freaking Mary Jane.
I think she's left town, but don't worry, she'll be back.
I know.
She departs in tears, and Spider-Man rues another love affair gone sour.
Aww.
Later that evening.
Okay, Superior Plus will be back for you. Don't worry.
Hey-oh. Later that evening, Felicia Hardy appears at the east side estate of Laszlo Bellflower. She tells him that she has 3 valuable romantic artifacts to trade for the Helen Epistle, the only known love letter written to Paris by Helen of Troy. Felicia hands Bellflower the Rahab Ruby, the Golden Lover statue, and the Caruso recording, and Bellflower gives her the letter. As he pours them drinks to seal the bargain, Felicia asks whether he would mind if she slipped into something more comfortable.
Felicia's got a gun.
And somehow we've wandered on the Lilith Hellfire's hard drive. All right.
And this is relatable content for me.
Superior Puss.
Bellflower eagerly agrees, but then
Superior pistol, you mean?
Hey-oh. So that's number 1 in Lilith's Christmas list. But then he finds himself facing the Black Cat in costume, pointing a pistol at him. She tells him she wants all 4 artifacts for herself. When Peter arrives at the gate of the Bellflower estate, the guard turns him away. But Peter's spider sense tingles, and he deduces that the Black Cat is already inside. As Spider-Man leaps the fence, the guards send a pair of dogs after him. The guards open fire, but Spider-Man web swings out of reach onto the roof of Bellflower's mansion. Surprised to find a swimming pool on the roof, Spider-Man enters Bellflower.
That's fancy. That's what I aspire to.
Exactly. Private elevator, and he finds the Black Cat just as she is packing up her treasures. She vaults up to a chandelier and swings directly into Spider-Man with both feet. As they battle, the chandelier suddenly snaps and falls, as we see on the cover of this issue. Fortunately, Spider-Man leaps out of the way, but by the time he recovers, the Black Cat has escaped through the window. Bellflower is annoyed that his chandelier is destroyed and threatens to sue. Spider-Man departs with a promise to Bellflower to recover the artifacts. Tracking a spider tracer that he planted on the Black Cat during their fight. I wonder where he hid that. Spider-Man follows her to her studio apartment. Through the skylight, he sees
They're back. They're back to setting us up.
Yes,
right?
yes, All right. Spider-Man follows her through the skylight. He sees her admiring her booty.
Booty looks good all the time.
He crashes through the skylight. Can you blame her? And he tells her that he has come to retrieve the stolen items. But surprisingly, the cat says she will not stop him because she stole them for him. That's right, kids.
She's a little bit cray-cray. But it makes it all the more better. Am I right, fellas?
Hey-oh. Then she shows Spider-Man around her apartment, which is decorated with photos and posters of him. She explains that when she returned after the first battle after her father's death, her mother made her promise to obtain professional help to stop living a life of crime.
Told you.
She decided that there could be no better professional help than Spider-Man, on whom she already had a crush.
He still ends up with her for a little bit. Like, this kid's got no type of judgment, man.
I know.
No type of judgment.
She's crazier than a wombat, but that booty looks good all the time.
Booty looks good all the time.
She stole the artifacts to symbolize what he means to her. She continues, as the Black Cat embraces Spider-Man, he reflects that her father's death must have shattered her emotional balance. She really needs psychiatric help, he thinks. Then Spider-Man asks her to do something for him. He says he knows some doctors and he would like her to talk with them. He will see, he continues, that she gets all the help she needs.
So patronizing. Screw you, Peter.
You want to?
How about you deal with your anger issues? How about that, bud?
I mean, I don't want to spoil next episode, but I mean, you want to sober up real quick? Take that mask off, kid.
Yeah.
Oh my. Oh, so anytime she like pretends she's not interested in him, shouldn't he be like, "Well, remember when you were obsessed with me?"
Yeah.
But yes, of course, the Hendrix Museum guards were caricatures of Abbott and Costello, including their traditional line, "I'm a bad boy."
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, they're old guys. They watched. They've seen some things.
Yeah. And again, this was 1980, so it wasn't as old.
No, it was.
I mean, it was old then, but I'm just saying there was, but
there was still a cultural
there was
touchstone to it. Yeah.
There was 40 less years on it at that point. All right, thoughts on Hellfire?
No, I like Black Cat stories. I think they're very well constructed, despite all the inner turmoil that was going on there.
Yeah. I wonder what kind of assignment that is. It's like, oh, hey, Marv had some notes, or was it just, okay, we need you to like just write an ending?
No, he probably did have notes.
I hope so.
It seems like it. It didn't seem like it was too
Yeah, no, it
far
didn't
off the
seem.
mark. So
Yeah, it didn't seem like it was like completely out of left field. All right.
Yeah, there's no trivia worth mentioning. Let's go. Let's talk about this week's books.
Yeah. All right. Or where do you want to go, Lilith Hellfire?
I'm just gonna talk about the worst one, Cult of Carnage. Okay, I'm out. I'm done. Seen all I needed to see.
Oh, you tried it? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you, the very last person in the Marvel universe who needed a symbiote, Liz Allen, gets a symbiote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So symbiotes, huh? Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I saw somebody say this, and I'm like, yeah, there's like video game logic. That's not a compliment.
Again, you add any of the Osborns in, I mean, logic is out the window. Come on.
No, yeah, clearly, it's like, I don't know. I tried. I thought it would be fun. The last one was okay, but like this one's just totally off the wall and makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, that everybody kind of universally hated it. Because sometimes I'm alone, but yeah, it was bad. It was bad. Mm-hmm. Everybody should feel bad.
Oh, did you read Venom 23?
I did.
How are we feeling?
I think it's an improvement from the last two issues.
I mean, are we steering in a different direction? Because it wasn't Al Ewing, so are we kind of steering in a? Are we grounding it again? I mean, Eddie's son's still here, but I mean,
yeah, we're getting back to basics, which is all anybody really wanted.
Yes.
We got Toxin. They're really trying to like solidify the main symbiote. You know what I mean?
Yes. So
I'm interested to see where they're gonna take this, and like what they're gonna do different. Because I heard they definitely wanted to do something different, but because like Venom's kind of like sometimes he's a good guy anti-hero, sometimes he's just batshit crazy, and then like how can you really let a serial killer, because Cletus is back in with Carnage. It's like a whole thing that they've been having to balance.
Mm-hmm.
And they're really trying, and so I'm interested to see how they make that shift. Like Dylan's got to die. He's either got to die or go off into space and never come back. And Poochie died on the way home type thing.
I mean, whether he's an anti-hero or not.
Venom has a son and Peter Parker doesn't have a child. Like, are you effing kidding me?
Peter Parker's not even married. Yeah.
I mean, basically, Venom and Eddie are married. We all know this.
Well, yeah.
They're the odd couple, but like I'm just saying, like it's crazy.
But yeah, whether they're an anti-hero or not, we need classic Venom back. So
Yes. I would love just a completely unhinged Venom again, but I think we're too far
I
past
mean,
that.
King of Black was a good story, but not
It
for
was.
an ongoing not for an ongoing.
No, it was a good crossover event, and like I said, it was the best one that Marvel had done in a very long time. But now they're doing the White Knight thing. They're milking it. They're doing Dark Knight Metal. They're milking it. They're ruining it.
I mean,
they're not keeping it special.
I mean, the end of King of Black should have just been him severing the connection between his symbiote and everything else.
But they have more money to milk, you know. And that's unfortunate. That's an unfortunate cost of doing business in the modern comic book industry. You can't just let a good story be a good story. It's got to be a continuing, ongoing IP. You know, it's a factory churning idea, factory churning kind of situation. So it's like, ugh. So nothing can ever just be closed ended anymore, and that's a shame. It's a shame, a real shame. But I still thought it was one of the better Marvel books this week.
I mean, yeah, it might still come around too, because again, we kind of switched. It seems like we switched writers in midstream, so.
I'm noticing a trend here.
Yeah.
Oh, did you read What If Dark Spider-Gwen?
Yes, I did. I did.
How do you feel about that?
I mean,
Jerry Conway redeem himself or no? You stop making those bridge jokes or no?
I mean, it was good. I mean, yeah, logically it follows. What if Gwen had survived instead of Peter, and
we kind of know actually, thanks to the Into the Spider-Verse. But
yeah. But I mean, here she doesn't even have any powers. Will we see what would happen if she survived and Peter died, and then she discovers he's Spider-Man after the fact, and
yeah, like that. Now she deals with grief a little bit worse than he does. I'll just say that.
And then the minute Harry shows up, I'm like, oh, I know that's how this is ending, and it did.
Exactly. Yeah. But no, I enjoyed it quite a bit. Art was really great. Shout out to Ramon Box. For $5, I would have paid $6.
Yeah,
I thought that was a really cool way for Jerry to return, for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they were doing a bunch of like one shot what ifs. This was like the second one. The first was like what if like basically Loki defeats all the Asgardians, including Thor.
You know how I feel about Loki, so okay.
Hasn't killed them.
Yes. He never hesitates on the have we tried killing them yet front. Never, not once.
In a typical what if fashion, yes, it goes wrong for everyone at the end.
But I guess we should. Oh, I mean, I should mention. I don't know why, but I feel the necessity to mention that Silk 3 came out. Ray, let us know your thoughts.
I mean,
she's on a pirate ship, so I had to like just kind of check it out.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, swashbuckling adventures. So I picked it up. They got me. It's written by Emily Kim. The art's by Ig Guerrara.
Pirates are.
Exactly. And so like she's so a witch is after her, and it's like a powerful ancient witch is draining the life force of young people, and I'm like, ooh, that's a little too timely and on the nose. Shout out to Sound of Freedom. If you know, you know. I was just like, ooh. But yeah, no, I think this is a kind of a fun way to take Silk and make her different from all the other spider people. Yeah, I didn't mind it at all. But I liked Marauders, so anything with a pirate theme, I'm kind of down for. I'll give it a shot. But I thought it was a really cool place to take Silk, so I don't know.
Well, speaking of witches, the last issue of Hallows Eve came out this week also.
Oh yeah, tell me more. I was out on that. I'm gonna probably collect it in the trade, but
yeah, I mean it was decent. I mean, we get the final battle between.
Did you get the Hellfire Gala variant?
No, I did not. I didn't see it. So. Oh God!
Couldn't
even get me started on Hellfire Gala. I read that.
We can rant about that on Salty and Petty, but
okay. But yeah, no. It's her fighting Maxine, and and again the story. At the end, she goes to the Limbo's embassy in New York and visits Mr. Young Ben Riley.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, because you know that's not the end because you know basically spoilers, kids. Basically at the end, she's basically like, "I have a plan to get you out of here."
You better. That's
I'm
what
like,
we freaking said. We're like, you better have a plan for that.
I'm like, how about I plan to redeem his character?
Well, I think that goes without saying.
Because we all love Ben Riley, kids. We do an episode about him every month here.
I love Ben Riley.
Just justice for Ben, honestly, at this point.
Exactly.
It's kind of crazy.
That's all I ask for, Marvel. Please, a return of the Spider marriage, and you can bring back Ben, restore Ben to his former glory. He can be your single Spider-Man. Please.
Just keep Spider-Boy away from him, and we'll all be happy.
Oh, and then of course, Amazing Spider-Man 30 came out this week.
Little Doc Ock.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on with this art, but whatever.
I mean, and again, we get callbacks to the Superior Spider-Man days, and there is a one-shot coming. What is it in October? Which I'm
Yeah,
like, damn it! Why couldn't they have done this beginning of the year?
exactly.
When the arms, when Peter's using the Ock's old arms, and basically, you know, starts thinking like Ock and calling people adults. I'm like, oh my god, he would have loved this.
I know. It was good, especially for Zeb. But I do feel like the art was just a little too over exaggerated for me. Like with the emotions, they were overexpressed, and
Oh, yeah.
this is a little too chibi anime for me. But you know,
Wasn't it like Ed McGuinness? I think was it?
yeah, it's Ed McGuinness.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't have it in front of me. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, again, this was the first Amazing in a while where I was like, okay. I mean, I'm not totally hating this, but I don't know, just Awk with the arms that come apart and stuff. I don't know. I'm not here for that.
Yeah.
Just make him out of adamantium like the good old days.
Exactly. But no, like, I mean, I really like his Hulk and his
Mhm.
Deadpool and his.
Oh, yeah.
He even did some really good Superman Batman stuff. So I was just really surprised.
Yeah.
I was kind of a little set aback on this particular art. But the story, like I said, it was solid. It's definitely hopefully a turning point for Zeb.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of making up to do. So.
And again, you never know. I mean, like sometimes you can have like a great penciler, a great inker, a great colorist, but it's like sometimes
doesn't
they don't
come
work
together.
They don't work together well. Yeah. It's
Yeah. But yeah, no, like I said, it's just because I'm very familiar with his work, especially his DC stuff, and especially like his Hulk stuff. So I was just like, you know, and I feel like at times some people can draw like kind of like weird Doc Ock proportions, kind of Hulk-esque. If you know what I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So you know, I was just like, okay, that's fine.
And I don't know. I guess it's just me, and I've been a Spider-Man fan for decades, but it's just like I don't know. This whole thing with Norman just feels wrong.
It is wrong.
I know.
It is wrong, Phil.
I know.
Nobody should feel easy or happy about this.
I saw a theory online that the way they could have done this better is after Nick Spencer's run, if they had brought Harry back and Peter was working for Harry, it would be a little bit easier to swallow just because they had been friends and
he feels like he definitely had a lot to make up for.
And he didn't, and, you know, Norman didn't kill Gwen or, you know,
exactly
murder their baby and stuff, you know, and just, you know,
it's not as much bad blood.
Yeah.
And we kind of, I mean, I did used to want a little redemption for Harry back in the day.
That's what I'm saying. People would.
But Norman? Literally his whole family can suck it, but Harry just a little bit less.
Yeah, no, I mean, Peter, I mean, there are certain segments that would be here to redeem Harry, you know, but yeah, who wants to redeem Norman? He's been evil since day one.
Some weird, creepy old man. Creepy old man's fetish.
And then just blame, oh, I had amnesia. Oh, so people are up in arms because, you know, between Fallen Friend and then like some of the current Amazing stuff, like, you know, just Norman like mourning Kamala Khan, and it's just everyone's just like, isn't this the one that threw the blonde off the bridge? I'm like, and they're like, they're giving him the best soliloquies and stuff. Like, no, don't do that.
Yeah,
no,
they're a little out of touch.
Yeah,
a little out of touch. That's kind of the problem. Like I said, that's kind of the problem with the writers these days. They're a little out of touch. Like, I don't want you to be on Twitter all the time or Instagram or Facebook, but like you should know the pulse of your fandom. And I'm not saying like cater and kowtow, but like
you don't even have to dip that far.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, as soon as you open up your feed, I'm sure you should be bombarded, and you should kind of like editors should step in or something. Like, you know, like I said, Dan Slott's book's doing better than the main book. I think that's just enough realization to say, hey, we need to fix something personally.
Well,
no,
yeah.
no tea, no shade to Dan. I mean, he is kind of coasting on Mark Bagley's art, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, I was going to say too, take Dan Slott out of the equation. When's the last time any side book did better than Amazing Spider-Man?
Exactly my point.
Yeah.
Exactly my point. Which is why they kind of scaled back for a very long time, and then they ramped it back up again. And
I'm pretty sure it's unprecedented. I don't know,
It is. It truly, really is. So, I mean, that would give me pause if I was in editorial leadership. That would give me hella pause. I don't care how good Mark Bagley's art is. No way it should be outselling the main book. No way.
Hey, can someone please, with more time than me, just take a bunch of current Norman panels from the books, and then just like create a montage video, and just put Saddam Hussein singing from the South Park movie. I can change. I can change. I know, been a dirty little bastard.
Oh my god, that's a great idea, actually.
Come on, guy. All right.
We really do have to review that. But look, can we get an F in the chat for Chris? Satan's boyfriend.
Oh, yes. I thought you died. I'm in hell. Where would I go?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a Salty and Petty. That's it. If not Patreon.
Yeah, definitely Patreon. But no, it was a pretty solid week. There was a Spider-Man India.
Was that this week? Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was this week.
Maybe the second one. I haven't picked.
It has to do with the end of the Spider-Verse. So
yeah.
I don't think you would have picked it up, but I just wanted to mention it because it was okay. It was pretty cool.
Okay.
I mean, I always like a new take on the Lizard. So and they're in Mumbai, and I kind of like that particular Peter Parker. I think that has the best, like, the most, what am I trying to say? Like, the best, in the movie, it had, like, the most distinct, like, feel to the world. I really dug the whole aesthetic of it.
Yeah.
And they kind of bring that into the book, and so that's why I picked it up, and then also the Lizard, so I wanted to see what they would do with that. Not for everybody, but I like it.
I might have to pick that up. I'll check it. I'll
just
check
something
that out.
to have. It never hurts to have a couple extra Spider People's books. Like I said, I picked up Silk. I'm just trying to be open-minded. I'm trying to stop being such a bitter Betty in my old crotchety, curmudgeon-y age.
That's right, kids. Don't be a bitter Betty Brant.
Exactly. You can be a Puma, but don't be a bitter Betty Brant.
And again, kids, yeah, just give me credit for that joke. Just be like, spit it out. Bitter Betty Brant.
Oh, I guess tangentially, Deadpool #9 was out as well.
Oh, yes. I need to read that. Yeah.
What is going on?
I don't know. I mean.
Antlers?
Yeah.
Fetish alert.
Yeah. I don't know what's been going on with this series. This current Deadpool.
I know, I just picked it up and I'm like, it's fun, but and it also was, I guess, the penultimate issue in the arc. Take a drink, future Lilith. I love that even Maz knows that joke about the penultimate. Tune in to Full Stream Ahead where we discuss Poker Face 109, the penultimate episode of season 1 of Poker Face.
I don't know what it is with Maz, man. He has a certain style, man. He just has to work with drunks.
Hey, he was actually drinking on the last episode, not me.
Oh, was he? Nice. Okay.
I was like, he came prepared. I love that for him. But yeah, it was a solid Marvel week, but it was huge.
Oh yeah. So I think
especially if you're into the Star Wars stuff. Predator was out. Storm was out. Strange Academy, The Excellent. Like, if you were a mutant fan, it was a bit, because Hellfire Gala had like a million freaking variants. But
yeah,
we'll talk about that on South like I said.
And it was like an oversized book. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there was a ton of stuff. I mean, there was Avengers Beyond. Invincible Iron Man, I Am Iron Man had its last issue. Hulk was out. Ghost Rider, 2 Ghost Rider books. Ghost Rider and
Cosmic.
Ghost Rider. No, Danny Ketch Ghost Rider set in the 90s and Ghost Rider.
Oh, wasn't Cosmic Ghost Rider out here too?
I don't know. Maybe I'm not big on the. I read Ghost Rider, but not Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Daredevil and Echo #3 was out.
Yep. Hellcat was out. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
huge.
yeah, the last issue of
Also
Hellcat.
the trade, if anybody's interested, is the Daredevil, the Red Fist Saga Part 2 trade came out.
Mhm.
And Mary Jane and Black Cat, also the collected came out too. So
Ultimate Invasion #2 was out.
that's a lot. It's a lot. And then DC had a big batch.
Oh yeah, a bunch of Night Terror stuff. Yeah.
Image had a lot out this week too. So like, if you're like all over the place like me, it was a big.
I mean, it was one of my biggest weeks in a while. So.
Yeah, I'm glad it doesn't happen too often.
I know. Well, that's what I think. And then my guy at the store said next week's probably going to be small. Next week, and I don't know if the week after too is going to be small, just because they put out all their stuff this week. Again,
they put everything out.
Maybe it was. I don't know if it was just a scheduling thing or what. But oh, did you see that? They were worried before because what was it? It wasn't. Was UPS talking about striking or something?
Yeah.
But I think they've come to an agreement. So.
Well, I'm glad one union's come to a damn agreement.
Yeah, I know.
Pay the people the money, studio executives. We know you're dragging sitting on a horde, bro. You're gonna piss us off. We're gonna go back to reading books, bro, and listening to the radio.
Exactly.
If that's what it takes, that's what it takes.
We're gonna touch some grass, bro.
I mean, hell, X made a lot of people go touch grass. So, I mean, it's a change in landscape. You better get a hold of yourself. I mean, movie stars are already not really movie stars. I mean, honestly, if it wasn't for the Barbie movie and to a lesser degree Oppenheimer, y'all would not be having a good start to quarter three. I'm just saying.
No,
you guys are on a very thin thread. So
yeah, no, because Indiana Jones and Mission Impossible didn't do what they thought they were going to do, right?
Well, part 2 is going to do way better for Mission Impossible, obviously.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, it didn't feel like a whole story. So I get that. And the action was kind of, not what I was expecting either. So they definitely saved the budget for the second part. So it's a whole thing going on. So they got to read the room.
I mean, it's 2023, kids. You need your writers, your actors, and you need your public in their money. So more than we need you, pretty much. So.
I mean, Fran Drescher's like the president of SAG-AFTRA. She raised my generation. So we can be petty for Fran Drescher, okay? We can be petty and salty. So just a warning to the movie and TV industry.
She raised Lilith Hellfire. Don't blame her for this. Don't play that at her feet. Come on. All right. Anything else, Lilith?
No. On that note, give them the homework and we can go, because I know we got a whole nother show to do, and then you have a whole other show to do.
I have shows to do. All right, so yes, next week we'll continue the Black Cat with Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man 87 and 88. Yes, kids, with the infamous taking that mask off. So
kinky.
Ooh, and then of course, then it'll be the end of the month, and yes, another Scarlet Spider episode with me, Dave, and hopefully Ray will grace us with his presence as we cover Scarlet.
I didn't wake up. I was out of it that Sunday.
It was a Sunday morning. I knew where you were. I'm like, Dave. I was like, Dave, she's half in the bag. Yeah, he's like, I know.
I tried.
That's okay. So yeah, so Scarlet Spider 3 and 4 from 2012. So.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
Yeah. Kane. Yeah.
All right.
And then, like I said, in September, Lilith's on her sabbatical. You will only get your Scarlet Spider episode at the end of the month in September. As Justin and I double up on the Marvel Tales. Like I said, one of those weeks you'll get 2 Silver Sable episodes. So
got to do Mama proud while she's gone. Good job.
And if he's not too busy, once again, yes, Ray may join us for those. Although
you gotta tempt him with the Wonder Man.
Well, we are doing a Wonder Cast for September to replace the Daredevil. So yeah, so I believe Ray has promised to be there for that. So.
Hey, while you're here, man, we might as well just do the Silver Sable episode. Just rope them in.
And just to tickle your butts with a feather, kids, October will be Mutant Werewolves. We'll be there then.
Lobos!
Halloween, buddy.
Ow! A howling good time, I'll tell you what.
Werewolves of Marvel. All right, kids. So so send us all your thoughts. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com.
No, not that werewolf. By night.
I'll make a joke about your love life, but no. All right. The man leaves all depowered in the morning. All right, I know. CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise, the Patreon. Join our Patreon elite with Ray, Russell, Justin, and new member Moz Mansour. So, again, now we're up to 4 men. We need some women. Come on.
Need some yams and some yams, ladies.
Exactly. So,
Tell me one of some Sabrina the Teenage Witch chat. Yeah.
Again, you know how to vote, kids. All right, so find everything all in one place. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. All right, Mexican Granny, where can people get a hold of you?
Well, I have drawn my line in the sand for the war of the social medias. You can friend me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. And you can also find me on Threads at Internet Granny. That's Internet Granny, GRANNIE.
Either do the 6 or do the 9.
Your grandma never talked like that.
That's a mouthful.
The grandmas these days? Oh yeah, they do.
Well, the ones, yeah, but not back in our day. But yeah,
not
the ones
back in our day. No,
the ones today.
I hope
yeah.
my grandma never stumbles across this. I'll be in big trouble.
Oh my! Oh my! Grandma, I swear that's
it's
not
all
me.
satire and parody. I promise.
Her grandma thinks she's Eve Hemingwater.
Exactly.
Oh my!
Power of the penis.
Oh man, I have so much blackmail material on you. I have 2 whole pages like I said your grandma.
Make sure I don't take those batteries out of her hearing aid.
Well, I think she's safe. No one's grandma knows how to download stuff. All right.
Exactly.
Thank you for joining us. Again, next week, Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man 87 and 88. And then in 2 weeks, at least some of the Bad Babysitters Club. Hopefully the whole Bad Babysitters Club will be here. And then in September, you're going to get a grab bag of Marvel goodness. But until then, swing on back.
Flip it good. Just like Felicia Hardy would.
Booty.